Hello, I'm Tony Esposito, President and CEO of C2Logics. Welcome to this overview of C2RouteApp, the most robust and efficient route optimization application on the planet. C2RouteApp is the next generation of productive business tools to help companies make their field operations run more time and cost efficient. So what is C2RouteApp? C2RouteApp is a robust route optimization tool that will allow you to plan and execute your field work effectively and efficiently, taking all of your business rules into account. It is a tool that will allow you to plan your work in the field for today, tomorrow, and even into the future if that's what you require. It is an easy-to-use business enhancement that will give benefit to any size company, allowing them to take advantage of software that has only been available to large mega corporations until now. So why did C2Logics develop C2RouteApp? There were three basic but important business objectives in the development of the product. First, so that any company could access this powerful tool from any computer with a simple internet connection. There is no software to load. Second, the product needed to be easy to use without specialized training and incorporate common everyday terminology that anyone could understand. And finally, so that companies could realize a return on investment that could be measured in days instead of weeks, months, or years. So how does C2RouteApp work? There are three basic requirements to building a route. A home base, which is nothing more than the location by which the field worker starts their day. There can be one or a number of home bases. Vehicles or mobile resources such as workers to carry out the tasks that will be assigned in the route. And stops or locations that the field resource needs to be routed to. What kind of routes can you build with C2RouteApp? You can build routes with multiple workers and multiple stops. You can build simple routes for the next day. You can build routes that span over multiple days. Routes with stops to be visited multiple times over a period of time. Routes with stops that require specific visits on specific days at specific times. And routes that require stops to be visited within very tight time frames. Let's take a look at the application. This is the main application page. On the bottom, there's a dashboard that will allow you to control C2RouteApp. On the left side of the dashboard, you will see buttons that control inputs. This is where you'll find the buttons for home bases, vehicles, and stops. From the Vehicles button, you can manage and adjust many parameters, such as adjusting the speed of the vehicles and ratcheting them up or down based on how much traffic or other things such as rural roads. You can also load the various cost factors that contribute to the expense of completing your work. They might include the hourly cost of labor, the fixed cost of making a visit, and whether or not you're committed to pay workers for the entire day, even if there's not enough work to fill the entire day. You can upload your stops with a few simple clicks of the mouse. You can also export the stops in the same way, which allows you to make bulk adjustments easily within a simple spreadsheet. By clicking the Stops button, you can set the parameters for each stop. These can be done for each individual stop or globally for all stops. Some of these parameters include the amount of time allotted for each stop, the time window that the visit needs to be completed within. You can even set the priority of which stop gets visited when there are multiple stops scheduled for the same time period. You can also include the quantity of your pickups or deliveries. This, paired with the capacity parameter on the vehicles side, will ensure that the volume of the route can be handled by the assigned vehicle. In summary, there are three basic inputs: home bases, vehicles or workers, and stops. All of these inputs can be uploaded as a batch file with a single mouse click. You can manage over 60 different parameters or business rules to ensure that the routes created will meet your business needs with the least amount of effort and expense. Now that all the data is loaded in C2RouteApp, it's time to create the routes. To do this, you'll need to use the output buttons on the right side of the dashboard. They include the Route button, the View button, the Reports button, and the Save button. To create a route, simply click the Route button, and the route window will appear. Then click the Start Auto Route button, and C2RouteApp will begin the process of optimizing and creating your routes. In a few short minutes, your routes will be completed, and you can view the routes by clicking the View button. This will allow you to see the routes on a map. This will give you a general idea as to how the routes will be run. Clearly, the reporting function of C2RouteApp is critical. By clicking the Reports button, you will see a menu of standard reports offered by C2RouteApp. The key reports are route statistics, route costs, route detail, travel directions, and the truck loading report. Let's look at some of them, beginning with the route statistics report. The route statistics report will display the start time, the finish time of the route, and the amount of time spent behind the wheel. It will also tell you the amount of time spent at stops and the total hours worked for that route on that day. It will also give you the total distance that will be driven in miles in that day. It will tell you how many stops were made on that particular route and the quantity of items handled, if that is important. This report gives management an excellent overview of all the routes and makes it easy to see how the workload is distributed. The next report is the route cost report. The route cost report will give you a breakdown of the costs of running the routes by individual route and give you a grand total as well. The report breaks the cost down by distance, the cost of labor, other costs that might be included in the route, and the total cost of each route. This is an excellent way to determine profitability factors and is a great tool when considering how and when to expand your business. The next report is the route detail report. This is an excellent report to give your field workers and dispatchers. The route detail report will give you the stops in sequence along with the location of each stop. It will also give you important information such as how many minutes it should take to travel to the next stop, the estimated time of arrival at that stop, the amount of time that's allocated to that stop, the total amount of work time allocated to that stop, the miles to the stop, the total miles that have been driven for that day up to that stop, the stop count in sequence, and the quantity of items delivered or picked up if applicable. There's also a handy box at the left that can be used to check off the stops as they are made. The report also has enough room for a driver or dispatcher to take notes. Next is the travel directions report. This is an excellent report for routes that are never the same and is very good when training a new driver or using a substitute driver in the event of an illness or vacation. The travel directions report shows turn-by-turn directions to each stop in the correct sequence. It also shows the distance to be traveled on each segment of the trip as well as the total distance traveled for the day. The report also shows the stop along with the comments from the stop listed. In this instance, stop A12 will deliver 2 cartons. These are the instructions for that particular stop. These turn-by-turn instructions can also be loaded directly into most commercial GPS navigation systems. The last report we'll look at today is the truck loading report. The truck loading report lists each stop in reverse order along with the quantity of product so that the truck can be loaded in such a way that the delivery will come off of the truck in the correct order. This can be a significant time saver as it will keep field workers from needing to spend valuable time rearranging freight between stops. To summarize, C2RouteApp will allow any size company the ability to route field workers in a logical and efficient manner. The product was designed with the customer's needs in mind. Many of the features were added as a direct result of customer input. We feel strongly that C2RouteApp is a great fit for any company that has workers in the field. Those workers are spending every day with your greatest asset, your customers. Why wouldn't you have the most efficient system available, ensuring that you are servicing each customer better than your competitors? We appreciate the opportunity to show you just a few of the features of C2RouteApp. If you would like to see exactly how C2RouteApp can help your company, I would encourage you to arrange a live demonstration of the product. The C2Logics team would be happy to take a sample of your stop information and incorporate into a demonstration that will show you exactly how your business can benefit from this incredible business tool. Thanks again for your time and attention. We hope you have a spectacular day.